Hey gang, Dana Carpenter here. This is my really truly kitchen. Yes, you are in my home. And this is episode number 1 of CarbSmart's Dana Carpenter's Low Carb for Life. We're going to be teaching you some low carb cooking skills. We're going to be teaching you some basic cooking skills because I'm afraid too many Americans simply never got cooking skills as a kid. Ever since we took cooking out of the schools, maybe mom did a lot of packaged macaroni and cheese, Stouffer's lasagna, but a whole lot of people just don't have basic cooking skills. So we're going to cover some of that too. So you're just not prey to the fast food and the processed food anymore. Now today, we're going to do something I've wanted to do for a very long time. I have said for a long time that if I could teach all low carbers just one cooking skill, I'd teach you how to make an omelet. So today, I'm going to teach you how to make an omelet. I'd like to mention first, though, that an omelet is, first of all, it's great fast food. You can make an omelet in far, far less time than it takes to order a pizza. In fact, you can make omelets for the whole family in less time than it will take to order a pizza. Omelets are great for using up leftovers. If you have some leftover chili, some leftover tuna salad, anything like that, you can make it into an omelet. I love tuna melt omelets. You can also, of course, put sauteed vegetables in there. I sometimes just clean out the fridge. Oh, look, we've got some mushrooms. We've got a little fresh spinach. Oh, look, some feta cheese, and let's put an olive in there. Something like that. It's a great way to take a few uninspired things in the refrigerator and turn them into a fresh and interesting meal. So that's a really cool skill. So let's get to some instructions. First of all, omelet cooking does happen very quickly. So you want to have everything assembled and ready to go before you start cooking. If you're going to use sauteed vegetables in your omelet, have them sauteed and standing by. If you're going to be using leftovers in your omelet, like that leftover chili I mentioned, warm it up in the microwave first and have that standing by. Today we're going to make a pepper jack and avocado omelet. So I have everything already assembled. We have, of course, our skillet. This is very important. I personally think a non-stick skillet is best for omelets. You can use a regular skillet with some non-stick cooking spray, but I know a lot of you prefer to avoid the oils in the non-stick cooking spray because they're not the best quality. Not that we're avoiding fat, just not the best quality oils. So this is the new ceramic non-stick. It's really very slick, and it doesn't have any of the harmful chemicals that have been in some previous non-stick cookware. So this I bought just the other day at TJ Maxx for $9.99. Super cheap. You might take a look at your local TJ Maxx and see if you can find one. So for our omelet, we will need, of course, eggs. These are from my very own chickens in the yard. If you happen to hear a rooster crowing in the background, that's why. We have an avocado. This one's already cut because, quite honestly, this is our third take for this demonstration, so the other half of the avocado has already been used. We have, I forgot my avocado slicer. Here we go. We have an avocado slicer, one of the few single-use kitchen gadgets I am willing to give house room to because it does a potentially messy, annoying job very quickly and easily. I have my cheese already unwrapped, and I have a cheese grater already here and ready to go. So here we go. First thing you do is you turn on the heat under the skillet to medium hot. You want your pan hot before you put your eggs in. This is absolutely imperative. If you just put your eggs in and then turn on the burner, or just quickly turn on the burner and then put your eggs in before it's hot, what you're going to end up with is some mediocre scrambled eggs. So don't do that. Turn your burner on first and let it get hot. Okay. Next thing we do is we scramble up our eggs. There we go. I don't add anything to my eggs. Really don't need to add any milk, any water, anything. Just put them in a bowl and scramble them up. If you want a really puffy omelet, then you're going to be stuck with things like separating eggs and folding in the egg whites and like that. That sounds pretty annoying, so I really, frankly, never do that. Okay, we want to slice our avocado in advance. The easy way to get a pit out of an avocado is by chopping into it with your knife blade and twisting. That's all it takes. Okay, here's the avocado slicer. Watch this. Look at that. Oh, come on. Make a liar of me on TV. See what I care. I caught a piece of the skin on the back. There we go. See, you can see where I caught that piece of skin on the back. I dug a little too deep. Oh well, it'll work. As Emerald would say, we're just cooking. It's not rocket science. Okay, got the skin out of there. Okay, our skillet should be getting pretty hot by now. So this is bacon grease. You could use butter, of course. You could use coconut oil. If you're using coconut oil, I would go for the stuff that doesn't have a lot of coconut flavor or scent. Personally, I'm really not big on coconut flavored omelets. You could use pasture-raised lard is very nice, but you will want some grease in the skillet. Okay, this is starting to get hot. Slosh your grease around. Make sure it's covering the bottom of the skillet. And drip in just one little drop of egg and see whether it sizzles. You want the pan hot enough so that the egg sizzles when it hits the skillet. This is hot enough, so we're ready to cook. Okay, our pan is hot enough, so I'm going to dump in the eggs. Hear that sizzle? That's what you want. You want your pan hot enough that your eggs sizzle when they hit the pan. Now, here's the other thing you have to remember. You do not just let the eggs sit there. You pull back the edge of that egg that has already set and let the raw egg run underneath. In fact, the word omelet, I have heard, comes from an old French word meaning to laminate. So you want to build up some layers on your omelet. When you no longer have enough raw egg to run, turn your burner all the way down to low. If you have an electric stove, you will want to have a low burner standing by because an electric stove's heat will not adjust quickly enough for this job. Okay, time to add our cheese. The cheese goes in first because we want it closest to the heat so it will melt. So there we go. I think we should use a fair amount of cheese because, you know, cheese. Why not? Everybody likes cheese. And then we'll put in our avocado. Slightly mangled from my misadventure with the avocado slicer. But oh well. And now, here's the other important point. We now cover the skillet. This lid does not actually fit this skillet perfectly. It doesn't really matter. This is the lid that was from an older skillet. Don't worry about it. You just want a lid to reflect heat back at your omelet so that the top cooks at the same time the bottom is. Now we're going to let it sit for a few minutes. Okay, time to check our omelet. Let's take a look. Now, see, you can see that the cheese is melted around the edges, but it's still not quite melted in the middle. So we're going to leave that for another minute or two. Okay, it's been another 2-3 minutes. Let's check our omelet again. Our total cooking time so far has been maybe 5 minutes. Let's look again. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. That's pretty melty in the middle. Let's call it done. Okay, we need a spatula. I like to actually reach in there and grab the edge of the egg, but this could be dangerous, so you're on your own if you do that at home. Fold your omelet in half and transfer to a plate, and that is one awfully nice looking omelet. I think we will top our omelet with a little salsa just to make it look pretty, and it tastes good. This is just jarred salsa. I did read the label to make sure it didn't have any sugar or corn syrup. Go thou and do likewise. And there you go. That is your finished omelet. And that, again, total cooking time, about 5 minutes. A whole lot cheaper than you can buy order a pizza or even make macaroni and cheese. So there you go.